And then had very good exposure in schools. Hindi ko sila. Sa mga schools dito sa Luzon in particular. We were not able to do that in Visayas, Mindanao because they were neutralized by the Duterte or the Duterte endorsement. Pero dito sila nag-concentrate at nakita. Grabe yung kanilang pag-aangat sa eleksyon na ito. Hindi yung biro. No? So tama yung sinasabi na talagang merong yan. Nagkaroon na ng sambuatan, nagkaroon na ng alliance, nagkaroon na ng agreement itong CPP and PNF with the administration. That's why they were able to freely campaign and come up with all this strongly worded campaign against the Dutertes. No? And kaya sila nakakuha ng ganyan karaming boto. So ito ang tignan natin ngayon. Bakit natin pinapayan? I was happy with this COMELEC in its decision disqualifying a party list that was named as really affiliated with the binanggit terrorist group, CPP, NPNP. Kasi hanggang ngayon yung talagang label nila eh. They were called upon by the United States na terrorist organization to. At dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pa rin naaalis hanggang ngayon. But sad to say, very recently, I think about a month ago, nagkaroon ng agreement nabigyan ng free conduct pass itong mga terrorist personalities. Tapos sasabihin na naman nila red tagging. Wala na red tagging dito. They are not communists. I don't consider them communists. I consider them terrorists. Magkaiba yung communism sa terrorism. Communism is not illegal. It's not illegal. It's legal in America, legal in Europe, legal even here in the Philippines because we have already amended or we have already declared the anti-subversion law as something that wala na yan eh. Pero terrorism, they have been identified. Yet, the government is watching or tangoing with this group. Ano ito? So yan ang tingnan natin. That, I think, is the biggest security problem that the armed forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police should look into. Hindi yung pro-China. Hindi mangyayari yun. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Nikki, and I agree with her. No? It's not just political ito ang ginagamit yung pro-China issue na. This is being used now by those people who would want to do business by buying arms para kumita sila ng malaki na commission within a period of 6 years or 3 years of the remainder of their term. Transaction ito eh. O kumili ka ng mga armas na gano'n, $350 billion para sa mga eroplano na hindi naman magagamit, ganin mo gagamitin at gagamitin mo lang yung Chinese gear para magkaroon ng success itong transaction na ito. That's detrimental to the interest of the Filipino people. Let's focus pagdating sa security issue. Itong problema natin sa CPP and PNDF and their influence now in Luzon area, napakalakas ang influence nila. Even in schools, high school and colleges and universities. Hindi lamang po sa mga state colleges and universities. Even in private institutions now, na hindi yan dati nakapasukan ng grupong ito. They are now so active ang presence mo nila sa different campuses.
Yeah. Palagi ko, yung mga tinatawag natin terrorist groups, I am not familiar or I'm not, I don't have that kind of experience as maybe Attorney Nabilo had. No? Pero ang tao naghahanap ng makakatulong sa kanila. Remember that. Kaya kung lalago ang parallel government, tawagin na natin silang parallel government kasi baka doon sa lugar nila wala nang gobyerno eh. Hindi natin alam. So dahil yung tao nagbibigay ng pagkain, tutulong, bakit? Hindi sila makakuha ng katarungan doon sa ating existing justice system. Maaaring hindi sipare, no? Maaaring hindi sila makakuha ng kanilang hinahanap, ng trabaho man yan, kung pagkain yan, doon na lang sa mga magsasaka. palay? 14, 15, sabihin mo na, 16 pesos, isang kilo palay. Pasubukan nyo, kayo kaya, kung araw kayo nakapula sa araw, at ang kikitain mo, 14 pesos. Di ba? Eh, yun lang. Kung ikaw yung magsasaka, hahanap ka ng kakampi. Hahanap ka. Hindi na ito ideology, hindi na ito religion, hindi na kahit ano. Yun na lang siguro ko na kailangan kong punuin. So, hahanap ka. Pagkadating ng panahon na meron kang nakitang kakampi, yung kakampi mo na yun, magiging kakampi mo lang kung meron siyang gagawin na quote-unquote paghihiganti dun sa kahirapan mo, kung paano siya, feeling mo, ito ang mga may kasalanan sa kahirapan ko. So, maghihiganti ako. Ay, hindi ko kaya. Maliit lang akong tao, mag-extra, masasakay, hindi ko kaya. Pero ito, kaya niya. Kakampi ko siya. So, yun nagkakaroon, nagsusnowball yan, lalaki. Kaya sabi ni attorney, nakakatakot. Pero, ang dahilan niyan ay hindi dahil magugulo lang sila. Hindi yung dahilan. Ang dahilan nun, sila ay nakakatugol sa pangangailangan ng tao na ang primary pangangailangan, yung kanyang buhay, hindi magkaroon ng katiyakan. Pumunta siya sa ospital, wala, patay. Pumunta siya saan siya pumunta? Diba? Yung kanyang tinatanim, hindi sapat para makain. Bakit? Pag panahon ng ani, murang-mura ang talaga. Pag tapos na yung ani niya, siya naman ang bibili. Kung tinanim niya, triple na yung presyo. Eh, kapag kagaya na sitwasyon, hahanap ka ng kakape. And maybe, ready, willing, and able, pero mga grupo na kumakampi dyan.
You have a good point there, Senator. And Attorney Logino, I agree with you. Internal security is very important. Okay, my last question, okay? Yung mga, okay, my last question. Maraming survey, di ba, before the election. Pero di ata natupad, no? So, what is your position on surveys?
Well, for the first time, nagkamali lahat yung mga survey firms dito sa naging resulta ng election. Well, they can always have the excuse, sabihin nila, anyway, the survey was conducted a month before the election or 2 weeks before the election, and there may have been some major activities undertaken by the different political groups or candidates that may have altered the result of the survey. Sabi nga nila, meron silang margin of error na 2 to 3%. Pero ang laki ng margin of error nila ngayon. Very big error talaga. Sobra. So, ito yung, alam mo, ito yung ayaw ko talaga sa survey. Because disadvantageous yan sa mga neophytes na mga kandidato katulad ko. No? Kasi nga, sabihin nila, the awareness ni Ron Lambino, 1.6%. Yun daw ang awareness ng mga tao. Kailangan si Ron Lambino ng 1.6%. That was by October, tapos naging 6%, 7% by January. Eh yung mga kaibigan ko na gusto mang tumulong sa akin, sasabihin na, Ron, kalagpag ko, 7% lang nakakakilala sa'yo, kakaya ka. Ganon ang naging outcome niyan. No? Kasi, talagang magi-discourage yung mga supporters mo, even your close friends or even your family members, na sabihin na, sige, makuha, tutulong kami sa'yo. Tapos, pag lumalabas yung mga surveys, every month, nagsasurvey yung mga different firms, hindi lumalabas yung pangalan ni Ron Lambino from 6%, naging 15%, 16%, naging 25%. 1 month before the election, 26% na lang. Eh di yung aking mga kaibigan na gusto pang mag-donate sana ng t-shirts o kaya yung mga tarpaulin, hindi na magbibigay yun. Lalo kaming dihado. Samantalang yung mga ibang kandidato na 100% yung awareness nila, 99% yung awareness nila, tapos yung approval o preference rating nila nasa 40%, 30%. Sila pa rin ang binibigyan ng mga gustong mag-donate ng pondo. Iyon ang masakit dito sa mga survey na ito ng eleksyon. It's really mind conditioning, not just the voters, but the supposedly mga gustong tumulong sa kampanya. At yung mga donors, nobody in his right mind to be giving donation of such huge amount doon sa kandidatong alam naman niyang matatalo. Kung magbibigay man lang yan, konti lang yung ibibigay. Instead na magbigay ng 1 million yan, bigyan ka lang nila pari 10,000, pwede lang pang-pamirienta. Ganun po ang nangyari dyan.
Pero another thing about surveys, no? Another thing about surveys, no? Alam niyo, kung minsan, nasa survey na lugar, hindi nakapunta doon si Raul, kaya 1% siya. Hindi na mapupunta yung nagsa-survey doon sa lugar na nakababad si Raul na araw-araw yung kanyang mga supporters, Duterte or whatever supporters, taga doon. Kaya, pag in-average mo yun, di 1% lang si Raul. Pero, di ba? Kasi yung survey na yun, siguro ang dapat natin ako ang tingin ko kasi sa survey, it should be a gauge for the candidate. Alam mo na 1% ka, kailangan mo bakit na at least 30, 40, 50%. O isuyurin mo na ng palengke, isuyurin mo na ng mga taong lugar, di ba? O kaya at least initially, meron ka man lang unang pangsalvo mo na makilala ka, di ba? Pero, yung mga nagsasurvey kasi, siguro, ang kanilang paraan, para dun sa mga produkto, produkto na nationwide na matagal na nakikilala. So, kunyari kung beer man yan, sardinas man yan, tinapay man yan, pag sinurvey, kasi widespread na yung ganit. Kaya pag kinuha nila yung 1,000, 2,000 na respondents, more or less, it will really reflect the people's sentiment. But in an election, especially for new candidates, as you mentioned, di ba, maaaring hindi nila na-survey yung mga lugar kung saan ka nagbabad. So, zero ka doon. But it doesn't mean that you're zero in the whole country.
Well, my point, Attorney Sara, there should be a law that will regulate surveys, especially before the election.
I think, ako, I have nothing against having surveys. What I am only against is the publication of the survey to promote a particular candidate. Kasi ano ang nangyayari? I think, okay lang, sige, magpa-survey sila. But that would be for the personal consumption of whoever has commissioned the survey. Huwag na nyo ipapaplace na ito yung resulta ng aking kinumission na survey because that's going to create really unnecessary mind conditioning in favor of a particular favored candidate and against those not favored candidates. Kasi hindi naman natin alam kung anong ginamit nilang yung methodology. So, pwede nilang i-manipulate yung mga survey na yan na ito ang lalabas sa kanila and then they're going to produce that in the social. I think the Comelec should do something about it. We can come up with a law or rules and regulations because under the Constitution and under our election law, they can execute, implement, and come up with whatever rules and regulations to ensure peaceful, orderly, honest elections. So that may be one thing. Okay lang mag-survey pero no more publication from the very beginning. Pagdating dito sa elections. Dahil hindi naman po kasi produkto na binibenta ito na consumable yung mga politiko. Parang gano'n na lang ang bagsak kasi na itong mga politikong tumatakbo, local man o national or party list. They are just like what? Consumable products na kailangan mong i-promote. Just as like a drug or a chocolate or wine or what. Hindi siguro ganun dapat. We should not treat the candidates as commodities that would be subjected for what? Marketing promotions.
Thank you. On that note, I would like to end forum. Thank you very much, everybody. And tomorrow you're invited for another forum. Picture muna.